Atlas Genius Trojans. It's New Rock 92.5 The Bear. Jason here.
And Kevin.
And on the phone with us from Lucha Extreme Wrestling, JR Kratos. How's it going today, brother?
How you guys doing, buddy?
Doing very well, Kevin, is this true or not? Do I recall you saying the first time you saw JR, you went, that son of a gun scares me?
Yeah, just a little bit. It had, he had ends on his butt.
It was INS. We still fight about this, JR. It's like, it says ends. I'm like, it's INS. Get it straight. So, former member of INS Legacy. So, That's split right. between you and Brian Tannen, we had him on yesterday, and he was throwing out that you were the weak link. That he was the worker and you were the one that was kind of there for the glory and riding his back, essentially.
Well, essentially, I know everyone that tunes into Lucha Extreme knows that is a very false statement. I mean, throughout the time that us were tagging together, I mean, he was obviously the weak link, doing mistakes and just damaging our matches, and then it was creating us to lose, and he was just doing stupid things, and we would try to talk about it backstage, we would try to talk about it during the ring, and it's just trying to get in that meathead's trying to get into his head. I mean, it's not going to work. Well, and then finally, just trying to be the bigger person, and then he just turned on me, which is...
We were there. We saw it. We saw what happened.
It was shocking.
Yeah, we were. I actually recall looking at Kevin when it happened and going, "What the heck's going on here? Is this some kind of a work?" But you guys turned on each other right then and there, or he turned on you.
Absolutely. And then now he's running his mouth, getting on the radios, getting on Twitter, getting all over the Facebook, and all bunch of stuff. And then he's still running his mouth during Lucha Extreme. And it's just one message to him: is just don't let your tongue get your teeth knocked out.
Now
come Saturday, inside those ropes, it's going to be him and I, and he's going to run nowhere.
That's right. Well, and he said that there wasn't necessarily that you guys didn't know if there's a match going to be lined up, but he was definitely looking for you come Saturday night when Lucha Extreme rolls into Merced here.
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking for him, too, because he cannot stop my legacy. That INS legacy is dead. Without Kratos, it's nothing.
All right. Well, you guys get on out Saturday night for Lucha Extreme Wrestling here in Merced at the American Legion Post. Get those tickets now, luchaextreme.com, or show up day of if there's some left. And definitely get out there and see JR. As I'm a Kratos guy, Kevin. I got to say it.
No, I'm a Brand fan. Sorry, I'm going to go for the other guy.
Uh-oh.
I got to go for the other guy.
Hey, JR, we've got this thing we do here called 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. You ever heard of this game?
Honestly, I haven't, my man.
Okay, so what it is the actor Kevin Bacon. You have to connect another famous person to him in 6 steps or less. And Kevin lost to me 3 times in a row, so I'm pretty badass at it. So he always has to do something. So what I was thinking is that we would just get him in the ring since he lost to me, and I'm on your side. I'm Team Kratos here. I'll even get a shirt made, and you give him a big-ass chop right across the chest for losing.
Ow.
Let's do it.
You're going down, my man. LuchaExtreme.com this Saturday in Merced. We'll be back on New Rock 92.5 The Bear. Queens of the Stone Age, My God is the Sun, New Rock 92.5 The Bear. Kevin and Jason here.
Yay.
And we're on the phone with JR Kratos of Lucha Extreme Wrestling. And JR, Kevin's been sitting here stewing over the whole entire break about how he lost the bet to me. And I would like you to give him a big knife edge chop for losing the bet. He's just sitting there. It'll hurt. Yeah, it'll hurt. It'll hurt like a son of a bitch, actually.
Oh, yes, it will.
You've seen this man wrestle.
How much do you press pinch?
Breast pinch?
Breast pinch? I'm not sure about a breast pinch.
That's something that'll get you slapped.
The weights.
Oh, bench press.
There you go.
Yeah, bench press, and honestly, man, I usually go for reps and just try to stay as lean as possible, but I'm working with 450.
No, see, you ain't got nothing on Brian. That's 600.
Okay.
That's 600.
It's not about how much you bench press when you're inside those ropes, man.
Look at you trying to shoot on the guy. You're building your own heat. I was just kidding, but now at this point, I'll tell you what, JR, I'm going to get him in the ring. I'll hold him for you.
Let's do it. You give me the ammunition. I'm ready.
So let's talk about pro wrestling. Where did the passion start? What made you look in the mirror and say, this is something I have to do and give my life to this?
Oh, man. I mean, I guess it's just every story, but pretty much as a kid, you look at these guys like they're real-life superheroes to you. Mm-hmm. And I was infatuated with the muscles and the whole thing when I was a little kid, and I'll never forget what actually tuned it for me was my father took me to a match out in the Cow Palace in San Francisco, and I saw the Ultimate Warrior versus Papa Shango in a stretcher match.
Wow. And
for the first time, we really, because we didn't live the best fortunate lives, but we got a front row ticket.
Oh, wow.
And then as soon as I saw the Ultimate Warrior stand on the top rope and do his thing, man, I was just like 6 years old. I knew that that's what I wanted to do and pursued that as a passion for my life, man. And here I am strapping the boots for wrestling for Lucha Extreme. It's an honor.
Yeah, that's really cool. I remember that run of those matches when they built that whole program up, and it was the voodoo curse. Remember where the Ultimate Warrior was puking the black stuff and everything else. That was a great run that they had. So that's pretty cool. So when did you start training? Where did you start training? And what was your first experience? Because most people, I've taken a bump. Lance and I from Lucha Extreme were talking about this through text, and I said, "Oh yeah, I've taken a bump. Why do you think I never went back and trained anymore?" You know. Plus, I'm 6'3", 1-0. You know, it's like I had to be realistic. I'm breakable easily. But so, where was it that your training started, JR?
My foundation in this professional wrestling business was out of Sacramento. And I trained there, and usually it takes about a year to just learn all the fundamentals and obviously, how to bump and get your body acclimated to just taking those bumps, man, because I think a lot of people don't realize how real and how aggressive and how physical this sport is until they actually do it. So my run in this business so far, I've seen so many guys come and go because, I mean, you think of it and, it's just in people's head that this is not a real sport. And once you get in that ring, you realize how real it is. And I think a lot of guys are just like, yeah, I don't want no part of this.
Yeah. Well,
it's a lot more work than, a lot more work than what people think it is.
Yes, absolutely. The first time I remember going, and I've fallen in a ring twice. Once where I just crossed my arms over and fell back. And the second one where somebody actually did, I can't remember if it was a scoop slam. I want to say they scoop slammed me. And I remember the first time actually going, it hurt like a son of a bitch. Are you kidding? Man, especially that scoop slam, I kind of went a little bit awkward on my hips, so I didn't quite go flush. And boy, where you see the guys where they arch the back and just kind of they're on the tips of their toes and their shoulder blades are against the ground. That was me. I was, it was like, this isn't a work. Son of a.
No. Absolutely not.
But I remember my first time going to a wrestling school where I actually got to kind of see under the ring. The apron wasn't on. And I remember going, where are the springs?
Not springs what everybody thinks it is, man. It's just a flat piece of wood.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, we're on the phone with JR Kratos. He is part of Lucha Extreme Wrestling. You can check them out online, luchaextreme.com. Get on out, sell out this great event this Saturday night. I know that JR is going to be looking for Brian Tannen there in the building, and we're going to do one full month of TV taping that night, so we want you to come on out and join us at the fabulous American Legion post here in Merced. Again, luchaextreme.com for those tickets. Don't forget to purchase your VIP tickets to get you into the event early. We'll be back with more with JR right here on New Rock 92.5 The Bear. Imagine Dragons Radioactive. This is New Rock 92.5 The Bear. You're on with Jason and Kevin.
Ooh.
And our special guest today is JR Kratos from Lucha Extreme.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
JR, been in wrestling for a while, had some cool experiences. Do you have any really great stories that you can share with the listening audience that some of those kind of keep you going stories when maybe you think, I don't know if I'm making ground or not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. In my journey, I've been blessed. I have so many, but one that's just in particular is I think everybody's dream in this business is ultimately to make it to the WWE and to have that honor to actually be being looked at by the WWE and having the honor to go. And that one experience where I was on Monday Night Raw, we're getting ready and they're telling me what segment I'm going to be in, but they're not telling me who it's with.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, hell, dude, I'm going to be on TV, man. This is awesome. Monday Night Raw, blah, blah. So they're shooting me up in a cop uniform. I'm like, what the? So, I'm obviously not going to say no. So I went for it. And then we're standing in this little production area, and they're like, okay, he's coming out soon. And I'm like, who the hell is he? Like, who's coming out? And then one of the TV producers are like, okay, Rock's on his way. And, oh, my God, man. I mean, as a professional wrestler and as a fan my whole life, it was the ultimate experience for me to just be standing within feet of The Rock and watching him do his thing and share the TV with him. And it was a good moment for me. And then, just to meet him and just to be in that element at that time, it was awesome for me. It was good.
So what is that backstage experience like at the WWE, that work environment? My assumption is hectic, but, not having really ever been in backstage, what was it like? What were your interactions with any other superstars? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's just like what we do now. It's just on a broader level and in a bigger stage. I mean, the guys are, very much similar. You're back there. I mean, the first time you're back there, I've been fortunate enough to be back there a few times, but the first time you're back there, obviously you're seeing John Cena, The Rock, all these other guys, Booker T, CM Punk. You're seeing them for the first time. It's like, oh my God, and then you get to meet them and shake their hand and you start communicating, man. It's awesome, and just to hear their inputs on the business and what to do to, just evolve your character and make you better and to make you more dominant in the ring. It's pretty good to get advice from someone that's already there.
Right.
It's fortunate and it's an honor.
So let's run it down here. Favorite wrestler of all time, favorite current and active wrestler, other than yourself.
Favorite, I'd have to say what got me in is the Ultimate Warrior, man. Energy and just the charisma he brought to the ring, man. Every time I heard that music, it just fired me up.
If you ever have a chance to speak with Jim Hellwig, well, he doesn't go by it anymore, but I was going to school in Arizona at ASU when he still had the Warrior University open. So my roommate and I were like, oh, he does speaking engagements? We got to see this. That son of a gun was just as intense in his speaking engagements.
That's what I hear. I mean, he's just talking and he's in Warrior gimmick.
Yeah, it's just total ferocity. Is just this, all right, so you think you've got what it takes to reach the pinnacle. And it was just like, oh, man. So active, who's impressive now? What guys are you watching? What guys do you kind of pick up some stuff from or wish you could work a program with?
Obviously, my views on wrestling have changed a little bit, and as far as just the work and the charisma now, I mean, it's evolved so much. Right now, I guess as a wrestler and as, just things to watch for is obviously CM Punk to me and the Chris Jerichos and those guys that actually work, that they have a lot of fundamentals and technique in what they do. Obviously, man, John Cena, I mean, he's the one that's selling all the merch and doing all the big things for WWE now. So just to watch those guys in different elements and see what they do and try to evolve it to yourself. I mean, I think that's very good to pay attention to the top guys.
Absolutely. Well, we've been on the phone with JR Kratos from Lucha Extreme Wrestling. Hit up luchaextreme.com. Get all those details on the show this Saturday night. American Legion Post here in Merced. VIP at 6 o'clock. Doors at 6:30. Bells at 7. Right now, Kevin?
7th caller, 725-0925.
Getting on our VIP list. Hey, JR, we appreciate your time, my man, and we'll see you Saturday.
Thank you guys so much, Jason. Appreciate it. And Kevin, I'll see you in the ring on Saturday, buddy.
We'll see.
It's going to be awesome.
We'll see.
It's the Bear.